Hi and welcome back to the homestead. It is an incredibly stormy, rainy day today. So I thought it'd be wonderful to come inside with you today and kind of hang out and have a little fun in my sweet potato forest. As you can see, they're really rocking. I got a lot of sweet potato slips, but our ground is not to 65 degrees yet, so they're not ready to go in because sweet potatoes do not like the cold weather. So they're gonna have to probably wait 2 or 3 more weeks. But next week I know it's gonna get in the 90s. It's like 50s now and it's gonna get up to the 90s, so it's kind of crazy. Today would be a day we're not gonna talk about gardening at all because I'm all about health, taking care of your body, knowing what you're putting in it, growing your own food, and especially a lot of us with your shampoos and your conditioners and your lotions and cosmetics. I'm all about getting as natural as you can because your skin is the largest organ and we want to make sure what we put on our skin, it's, you know, you can pretty much eat it. So today what I wanted to do is make something with you that I think every single one of you guys will use, and you can do it simple. It's only going to take 3 ingredients. How many of you guys cannot live without your chapstick? You have one in your backpack, in your car, in your purse, in your wherever, in a drawer. You just got them everywhere because you can't live without them. Because I'm like that. I like to have it, you know, wherever I go, I like to have my chapstick. So many years I have been making homemade lip balm. And it's wonderful. I love it because a lot of times when you go and buy them in the store, they have chemicals and things in them that really aren't the best. They have parabens, which is a preservative, and there's potential harm of being an endocrine disruptor, meaning that it mimics estrogen, so it's like a fake estrogen. So a lot of problems it can cause from parabens could cause low testosterone in men, it could cause low sperm count in men, it could also cause possible cancers, breast cancers, hormone problems. So I like to stay away from anything that has parabens. So always read your labels. If it has parabens in it, stay away from it. All you're gonna need first is some little jars. I just put some boiling water. They had the labels on them. See how the labels just kind of came off. So one of these is a jelly jar, and I think a couple of these other ones are honey jars, but you can buy jars if you want to, or just ask friends, or if you go out of town and you're at a hotel and they have little samples or anything. I just collect these. People know I love bottles and jars. I mean, it's like crazy. I'm gonna be at a store and somebody gets this and I'm like, oh, I want to keep your bottle because I'll use them for kombucha, and I reuse and repurpose all these different bottles. So these little bitty jars are gonna be perfect for my lip balm. You're gonna need some beeswax. Now this is beeswax from our hive. When you guys are getting beeswax, just make sure that it is 100% beeswax. A lot of times it may say beeswax on it, but they might cut it with some paraffin. So just be aware of that, but you just want 100% like real beeswax, all right? And you're gonna need some extra virgin olive oil. And the next thing you're gonna need is some good raw honey. You'll need a little honey, okay? And if you would like, if you want a little like flavor to it, you can add some peppermint essential oil. And I'm gonna try one of them. I'm gonna do grapefruit. I've never done that before, so I'm gonna be a little crazy today and do a little grapefruit. And then one more thing, if you'd like, it's not necessary, it's vitamin E oil. You're just gonna put a little squirt of that in there because that'll help as a preservative, okay? But it's not necessary. So all we're gonna do is get our little jar, and what I did with my beeswax is I shredded it. So it's pretty shredded up. It's not really thick, because that way I'm gonna melt this and it'll melt much quicker. I've done it with big chunks in there. It just takes a little longer. So right now this is gonna be done just in a matter of a few minutes. So I'm gonna show you how easy this is. In your little jar, I'm gonna get my beeswax. Just like that. Now, I don't measure when you're doing this. I like my lip balm to be a little bit more thicker. So a lot of times with this, I'll just put my finger and go like this on it. So I don't want it to be really squishy. So I'll put a little bit more beeswax in there. And then from there, all you're gonna need is a little squirt of your olive oil. That's my natural preservative. I did a couple little squirts of the vitamin E oil. And then the next thing you'll need, and this makes it a little sweet, is honey. Now for this, you only need a little bit. I just put a teeny bit in there. Just a little bit. I might give it a little bit more. So don't put a lot of extra in it, because what will happen is when it's finished, at the very bottom, it's gonna have, the honey will go to the bottom, and it won't be all of your lip balm that you're gonna make. And I've done that on, I've done that before, so I've learned. So you only need a little bit of the honey. And I'm gonna wait for my essential oil. I'm not putting this in until the end. And I'm gonna put the lid on. Make sure it's really tight. And then, I just need a little rag. I have some hot water on the stove already. I'm gonna put this down, like so, in the water. All right, so now we'll talk a little bit. I'm gonna make my other two. Now, we're gonna talk about Vaseline. I know a lot of people like to use Vaseline on their lips, or they'll put it on their skin if they have a problem. That's a petroleum product, which is very highly refined. It's very harsh. And really what you think it does, it doesn't do, because what happens is it puts this total moisture barrier like over your skin, where your skin can't breathe. It traps dirt, debris, toxins, contaminants underneath, and it cannot let the moisture get in. So basically it does the total opposite of what it's supposed to do. You think that it's gonna, help. It doesn't do that. And it is highly refined. So stay away from any petroleum products. So I'm gonna soak them all in the hot water, and then all this will dissolve. I forgot I have to take the Amish someplace, so we're gonna hurry it up a little bit. So I'm gonna get them out. So as you can see, it's almost melted, but it'll be fine for what we're doing. All right, so all I'm gonna do is shake it up really good. And actually, it's perfect. It didn't even take 10 minutes, so it did dissolve totally. So I'm gonna open it up, and now I'm gonna put my mint in there. Now when you're getting, your store-bought chapsticks and things, they have things called phenols and menthols that they put in them. And the job of a phenol or menthol, you think it's going to give you that nice flavor, open up your mucous membranes and all that. But actually, I guess it's meant to be kind of like an exfoliant. But what it does is it's more of like an abrasive, and it can literally take the skin off of your lips. So you have to be really careful about that. So that's why I'm just going to use some essential oil, and I'm only going to put, two drops in there. Let me smell it again. Maybe I'll do 3 drops. I'll do 3 drops. And then I think with the phenol and the menthol that they put in them, you keep putting it on because your lips aren't getting any moisture, and you just keep putting it on and keep putting it on. So I guess it's a ploy for you to keep buying more. I'm going to try a new one today. I'm going to do grapefruit. Ooh, that one smells good. I have grapefruit lips. So they're all good. I got 2 peppermint and 1 grapefruit. So then I'll shake it up really good, and then let it come to room temperature. And then look, here's an old one of mine. So all I do is put my finger in there, put it in my lips. And like, you can make one for the whole family and just put their initials on top. And then you'll all have your own homemade lip balm that doesn't have any parabens, right? That horrible preservative that's an endocrine disruptor. You won't have any of these phenols or menthols in there either. And you won't have any petroleum. And this is all natural. You got your olive oil, you have your beeswax, you have your raw honey. Can't ask for anything better. So I want you guys to leave a comment below if you guys are going to try this. I want to hear from you, or if you have been making your own lip balm. I can't wait to hear from you. Otherwise, have a great day, and I'm looking forward to the sun shining, but I got to get out of here and give my Amish friends a ride. So I will see you later. Bye. Did you guys know that in the 16, 17, and 1800s, chocolate was consumed as a beverage? There was no such thing as a chocolate candy bar. Well, we're bringing chocolate tea back to the 21st century. because it's loaded with antioxidants our body loves, and it's a great source of magnesium that's wonderful for bone and heart health. It's a great addition to your coffee machine or your French press, or just along with your favorite sweetener. You can find it on offgridwithdouganstacy.com, along with our brand new tea infuser, simple to use for easy steeping. Cheers!